Okay, hey y'all. I just got done with my sports commander in chief meeting and the political campaign, and now we're gonna talk about Activision Blizzard's new project coming out in 2024 winter. It's gonna be on PC. It's gonna be an MMORPG, and it's gonna be a console exploration, adventure, fighting, role playing game as well. So, for the animal game, it's going to be respectful to the animal kingdom because not a lot of games are about animals. They're always about some fantasy bullshit, you know? So, we're going to make it so you can try and build some fucking respect towards nature and wildlife. And we're going to do that by getting real animated animals and giving them stories, themes, and fucking stories that convey homegrown messages of understanding, community, and fucking compassion. So we're gonna give them these backstories, and you're gonna quest through them that way. And the reason it's gonna be a fun game is because the mechanics are also gonna be very well done. Every fucking frame rate is gonna be timed to perfection with the calculations. So which frame results in a calculation such as damage taken, health replenished, attack landed, which frame responds with that compared to where your feet land on the terrain and where your teeth bite into the opponent. And then the interaction with the environment and the other animals is going to be very, very high definition, high resolution. So it's going to look like you can actually interact with your surroundings and interact with the other cats. And then the controls are going to be intuitive and easily memorable. And it's going to be polished, neat, and tidy. And it's going to have updates for bugs. We're going to have an online system. So we're going to have an online community. It's going to be addictive as fuck. So it's going to last 10 years. And it's going to be on multi-platform, cross-generational. So get yourself into a cat, get a big cat, and play the land of the animals. Then let's talk about the A station, the Apple station. That's gonna be a revolutionary design based on my design because I'm a smart fucking gamer. I'm good at gaming, but I'm also smart. And I decided that we're gonna make it simple. So imagine you have a mouse, like the first iMac before you were all born, had only one button, and it was the iMac computer. And it didn't have a tower desktop. It just had the box of the monitor, and that was the computer. You guys don't remember this or don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about because you were still not even a piece of sperm yet at that time. But in order to stay true to Apple's and Steve Jobs' ingenuity, we're gonna make it you have a screen and a joystick. Now the joystick is gonna be, since it's the main crux of the movement, it's gonna be so precise, better than your fucking this shit. Your gaming mouse. It's gonna be better than your gaming mouse. Less buttons and bullshit, but the movement is gonna be so smooth of the joystick. So every directional, it's gonna be sturdy. It's gonna be able to be handled with rigor, but the movement is gonna be so fluid, increasing with speed as you increase the velocity and the extension, and it's gonna be the best joystick ever. Then you only have two buttons, right click and left click. This is because it's gonna be simple. Anyone can play games. You can make them simple. You just log on, you have your joystick, you have your two buttons. You don't need fingers to play it. You don't need hands to play it. You can be any sort of disabled person and play the goddamn game. You get a big joystick and you mash 2 buttons. Right click, left click. That's it. No pedals, no bullshit. You have a screen. You have your fucking input commands. That's it. The first ever accessible video game. That's not a board game. And we laid out the hierarchy of it's going to be rainbow. So like you right click anywhere on the screen and a menu pops up, rainbow letters. And it's going to flow. It's going to be very intuitive, very flowing, very simple, and it's going to be just like the Apple products. Good. Which brings me to our MMORPG. For Activision Blizzard's MMORPG product, since World of Warcraft, I can never fucking get into it, but apparently some people could. So we're going to try and make a new World of Warcraft that's called Heaven's Kingdom. And let's open up that project. So what you got essentially is a fantasy story where you play one character, but you have a group of characters with you. So you can play with friends, you can play online, obviously. But you also have your teammates, which can be AI personalities. So you have your archangels. They support you right from day one. You got 6 of them. They help you out in your story. And they help you cast your spells. So they help you cast your spells. And the mechanics are simply kind of like WoW, but instead of mana, we're going to use a spell count, like the traditional Pokemon. And then you can get replenishment potions to replenish your spell count. This will make it more fair for all users of all experience levels. Because what the fuck, how do you play? If I log on to World of Warcraft and I played Warcraft 3 for 10,000 hours, but I played 1 hour of WoW, I'm gonna get my ass raped in WoW by somebody who's played 10,000 hours of WoW. Because they got more mana than me. They got more HP than me. They're a higher level than me. But no, not in Heaven's Kingdom. You got 6 archangels. Everybody has them. They help you out. They cast spells for you. Everybody's got maybe standard set of spells. And they're counted with a spell count. Now you go across the land collecting gold, collecting items, beefing up your inventory, your bank, your wealth, and your pets and stuff like that. So you build your own empire. But in terms of battling and fighting, it's all strategy and technique, ability. No, none of this bullshit. You have the better gear, you have the better hero, you have the better mana, and you win the game. That's not balanced. It's got to be balanced. So the mechanics are going to be more balanced, but you can still go about collecting gold and items and shit like that. And aesthetics. And we're going to have a supportive community. And once again, it's going to be very entertaining. So people are going to play it for the next 15, 20 years. Just like that. We're going to have diamonds in the game and Ferraris. Because those are the best cars and best jewelry. It's going to be able to be ran on a lot of different PCs. Because not everyone has the highest quality gaming chip, graphics, whatever. Yeah, maybe it can be adapted to consoles. We're gonna have PvE, PvP, questing, of course. If you have an MMORPG without questing, it's just stupid. But we're gonna have good quests. Good quest. None of this Diablo 4 bullshit where you fucking look for polar bears. None of that. We're gonna have good quests with good PvE. Good PvE and good quests. Because that's what the fucking MMORPG is. So it's going to be very attention to detail. Unlike the Land of the Animals, we don't need to focus so much on environmental factors and graphics and back end. We don't got to focus on that. So we can spend our time focusing on the storyline, the PvE environment, and the PvP character relations. So the leveling up, the questing, the story, the worlds. We can spend time focused on this applicable, fucking attractive features of the game. Because we don't got to focus on all of that minor details of the combat and everything like that. Just like WoW. WoW is the worst combat I've ever seen. You jump around and you cast like yellow balls of light. That's what WoW is. Worst combat in the history of all games. So we don't need to focus on that for an MMORPG to be successful. We can focus on making better questing, better items, better rewards, better structure of how you interact with your backpacks and your items and your spells and your archangels and your friends and your guilds and all of that. We can top up all of that because it's not very back end process resource intensive. Okay? So good. Drink your sodas. Get the early access, make an account, leave a comment, rate, review, and we'll build upon what we have to improve the game. We'll take user feedback. We'll do beta testing, and it's gonna be a good year for gaming. And I might actually play the games. I might play them. Peace.